Welcome, everybody. I don't know why I'm happy, dude. To between the laps, bro. You were there, dude. I just got first of all, I got an alert on my phone that there was an accident at my child's school, my oldest, and it just said something like there was an accident. The police were called. There were injuries. We'll keep you updated. So I was trying to find out what was going on.
It's vague but specific at the same time.
So there was an accident, and 911 was called, and there were injuries. So at that point,
because what do you think? Because I think shooter. I mean, since so many times that's happened, that's the first thing I thought.
Yeah, no, I didn't because it said there was an accident, right? It would have been active shooter, I would think. I mean, my mind immediately went to something, but I think they said something about a car in the text. Anyway, I didn't go to that place, but I definitely was like, okay, was my son involved in any of that?
Got it.
So then Amy texted me, my wife Amy. She said, he's fine, everything's cool. But just before we literally came in here, he said that the girl who was driving the car confused the pedal for the brake, pushed it as if she was trying to stop. So imagine the force it takes to put on a brake. She did that to the accelerator.
Force to the gas pedal.
And there was a kid stuck in between her and the car in front. And Lucas said it was a big dent in the car. And he goes, I really think that kid is dead. Like his torso was stuck between cars. Right. And so I go, dude, stop, because I'm freaking out and I'm about to start crying. Yeah. But it made me think about, like, the girl.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope to God this kid is okay. I hope everything is fine with this kid. I mean, whatever's going, you don't want a long-term harm to happen to this kid, right?
Correct.
People are pretty resilient. And hopefully it was like the bottom part of like, but whatever the case is, I immediately went to this poor girl.
Her life has changed forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
A moment in time. Seconds. Yeah. Seconds, bro. And she will never be the same.
Yeah. A stupid mistake. Because that's what it was. It really was. I mean, yeah, you're a young driver.
Yeah. It happens. I've done it. Yeah. You know what I mean? I've every once in a while thought, I can remember 2 or 3 times in my life where I thought I had, and I went, and then I put the brakes like immediately, and, nobody was in front of me or anything like that. But what it made me think about is, as human beings, we go through things, right? Through causing other people pain.
Yes.
Causing other people hurt. And how do you get over that? Like, I was thinking about that right now. How do you get over what this poor girl just went through? Because at the end of the day, there was no intent.
Yeah.
She meant nothing by it.
Yeah.
But the consequences might be
permanent,
forever.
Yeah. Like
that kid might be scarred for life. That kid might be mentally scarred for life, physically scarred for life. The kid might pass away.
Yeah.
I mean, every grade that differs, right? It's in her head no matter what.
Yeah.
And how do you deal with hurting somebody like that? How do you deal with just trying to move on, bro? Just trying to be a normal human being, and she's a teenager. I think she goes to the school there.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah. That's a big pill to swallow, but you got to see it as it's hard to say something as simple as like shit happens, but when things happen, whether it be a car accident or like the extreme thing I can think of is like the death of a loved one.
Right.
There's really you never really get over it. It's just you kind of learn to live with it.
Right.
And I feel, unfortunately, if I'm hoping the kid that got hit, I hope it's as simple as just, okay, I broke a leg.
I hope so.
And nothing beyond that,
Because if he breaks just the leg, this girl won't be right.
The leg will heal.
Yeah, and she'll know, and she'll like. This isn't comedic, by the way. I'm not making fun of it.
No.
But a leg won't lead her to the pole. Do you know what I'm saying?
No,
a broken leg will not
point.
lead her
I see.
to the pole.
Yeah.
A broken leg will mess with her, and she'll pay penance, and
Yeah.
she'll probably get sued, and her parents will probably have to pay some deal because they're going to a decent school. So probably parents have money.
Yeah.
But if there's any permanent damage, that's stripper, hooker, that's addiction level type shit,
Yeah.
bro. It really is. I mean, that's the level that creates this kind of trauma creates that kind of person.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm like, damn. But see, that's like dealing, right? That's almost like self-torture, right? You feel like you deserve to be punished.
Yeah.
So you punish yourself with drugs or, promiscuity or, doing things that are against the norm.
I met somebody. I never met a cutter before. Did you know? I didn't know what a cutter was. Did you? Do you know what a cutter is?
Yes.
I was like, and they literally take like a razor blade and
Yes.
just start slicing their legs to feel pain.
Right.
I'm like, the fuck is wrong with you?
Because that allows them to feel like they're alive.
Yeah.
It's the opposite of what you think. They don't want to cause pain. It's almost like, it's like the movie Novocaine that you were telling me about.
Yeah.
Where the guy can't feel.
Yeah.
And so that's what this is. They can't feel. I can't feel anything. I can't feel life. I don't feel anything. I don't care about anything. And when they cut, there it is.
Yeah.
I'm alive.
There's a feeling.
Dude, it's so funny because cutting to those people, right? That's our mirror as comedians. They cut to feel alive.
Yeah.
We laugh and make laugh to feel alive.
Yeah.
That's what brings us
Joy.
joy. But not just that. Like the depth of comedy, right? A lot of people don't understand that, especially certain types of comedians like me, our pain runs deep.
Oh yeah.
Deep. And so the stuff that I talk about on stage, it makes me feel normal when everybody laughs at it. It brings me to a space of I can accept it.
Do you see it as like all that pain you went through is worth it now because now these people are laughing with you? I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, well, what it is this. It was always, it was always like, okay, when I talk about, child molestation.
Yeah.
I didn't really deal with it too much. I was a kid and I kind of just like got over it and I was like, oh, creepy dude and whatever. It didn't affect me, or at least I don't think it did. It didn't feel like it did, right? I was able to kind of just put it aside and forget about it as a kid. And it happened young enough that those memories are vivid for that moment, but not surrounded by it, right? But going on stage and making people laugh about it, yeah, it makes me feel like, oh, cool. I'm not an abnormal human being, and you guys are laughing at it, and it's all good. It's in the past, right? It has to be because you guys are laughing and I'm laughing, and it is what it is, and things happen. Yes, it's my way of feeling alive. It's my way of putting it in perspective. It's my way of dealing with it. But because everybody's laughing and I'm in on the joke, right?
Yeah.
Then it allows me to feel a sense of normalcy, a sense of I'm not the only one, a sense of this isn't so traumatic that people can't laugh. Because if I wasn't able to make them laugh at this, it would probably depress me. Because then I would go to a space of, oh my God, what happened to me was so crazy dark. These people can't even laugh at it.
Yeah.
They can't even get themselves to see the joke behind it. So then my brain would go, let's go back. I got to go to therapy, or I got to figure this out because I'm not dealing with it normally. I got to deal with this in a better way. Yeah. So their laughter is a release of, oh, cool. Not that crazy, not that bad. I'm alive. You guys are laughing. We do what we do to feel normal, to feel alive, and to pass that on to other people who are going through the same moment, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you come and see Carlos Mencia perform, and you're thinking, man, I'm weird and I'm crazy and I have all these thoughts, and then all of a sudden I mirror those thoughts and make everybody laugh at it. Now all of a sudden that person in the audience is going, oh, shit, I'm not the only one.
Got it.
And it's not that bad because you guys are laughing at it. Oh, thank God. Those moments are what cutting is to everybody else. So we mirror that from the other perspective.
Huh. Because I see, I think you're lucky enough that you have the platform to put it out there. So instead of having a therapist, you have 500 people a night,
Correct.
that you're talking to.
Correct.
And in turn, let's say the cutter or the someone that was molested that only has their dark bedroom to just stew in their thoughts and just and so just to get back to your point is there is no getting over it. There is no getting over the death of somebody important. It's just time passes and it's just a heavy cross that you bear for the rest of your life. It's just a thing.
I believe that it has to do with. So I'll take it to me, right? When I was accused of stealing jokes, I wanted to fight it. And everybody said, don't fight it, don't fight it. Anyway, I don't want to revisit all kinds of shit, but that's been talked about before. But what I had to deal with, right? The part that I went, fuck, was I know I'm not stealing these guys' jokes, but the fact that all these guys, when given a chance, when somebody put a microphone and a camera in front of them,
they hopped on the bandwagon
and said, Carlos Mencia, they all, well, not all, but the vast majority of comedians at the time, and you know this because you've heard it, were like, no, let me tell you about that guy. Let me tell you, it was almost like, oh my God, finally, we get to fucking rape him. We get to do whatever we can to him. I get to hurt him. Give me that mic.
Yeah.
That part, thank God that I'm not that arrogant, or I wasn't that arrogant that I wasn't able to see that. I was able to see that. I was able to see even then that it took me 10 years, literally, from about 2010 to about 2020 or 2008 to about 2000, a little over 10 years, literally, to go through this and to deal with this and to forgive myself. The first part was trying to see what I did, because I never intended that.
Yeah.
Right? When I said to young comedians, listen, if you bomb, I don't care, as long as you're trying new jokes. Because if you have a bad set, I'm going to go up on stage and kill.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter. I'm going to be good. But you're here to learn. Stop doing the same set that you know works. You're on the road now.
Yeah.
I'm giving you 10 minutes. Somebody's going to see you do 10 minutes and go, hey, come and feature, do 30. And then you're going to go, well, I have 10. I have 10 minutes. And then they're not going to say that, right? You know they're not going to say that. They're going to go, oh, yeah, I got 30 minutes. I got 30 minutes. Then they're going to do 5 minutes of really funny stuff, 20 minutes of shitty stuff, and then 5 minutes of good stuff. Yeah. And put it, you've seen this before. And so for me, it's like, look, I'm preparing you to take my job. You cannot take my job if you only have 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You can't even take my job if you have 45 minutes. You better have an hour of killer material.
Yeah.
And in order to take my job, the next year and the year after that, you got to have a new hour and a new hour, or at least enough to mix it up so that you have different sets. So this is what I was pushing to these kids, right? And a vast majority of my young openers, yeah, bro, they got it. They were like, I get it. You want me to, the Kalins of the world, the Tino Cochinos of the world. Those guys are like, no, I get it. I'm trying new stuff. I'm going to try this joke. I'm going to try this thing. I'm going to do this thing. But then there were others who were like, because I've heard podcasts where they're like, and then he told me that I was off the tour if I didn't do new jokes. And if I did one joke that he'd heard before, he was going to kick me off the tour. Yes, I'd say that. But with the caveat that if you do that and you eat a dick, you're not off the road.
They left that part out.
In a safe space.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I wish somebody had said that to me. I thought I had to kill every single time. You know this about me.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is. The only way I can tamper that is to drink just enough before I go on stage that I don't have that part of me just going, you gotta kill, you gotta kill, you gotta kill. And you've witnessed both. But I had to kind of start going, okay, how do I deal with that? My intent was not to hurt them, was not to pressure them in an anxiety way. I thought that what I was doing...
You were pushing them to grow, and the way they took it.
In a healthy way, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
In a healthy way. Not like, you got to do this and be funny. You don't have to be funny.
Yeah.
But just do new stuff.
Yeah.
So I thought that I was doing something good and positive. But, obviously... a lot of these guys were hurt by that.
Because they weren't willing to do the work.
Sure, but the shitty thing about taking responsibility is that when you do, right, you have to take full responsibility for your actions. It can't be partial, right? Like this girl who was in this accident, who hit that kid. She has to deal with herself and what she did. She can't be like, well, what was that kid doing right there, knowing that there's cars, right?
Yeah.
You can't go there. Because then it's like, hey, listen, that's when I would go, listen, you fucking bitch.
Yeah.
You did this. That's when I would flip and get mad.
Yeah.
So when it came to me, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do what you're doing and go, they had to do this, they had to do that. Because all of this was triggered from me, like literally triggered, when, long story short, I did a practical joke on a friend of mine where I pretended to give him an Xbox controller, and it was funny and whatever, and this was for a Christmas, and at the end of the night, when he got in his car to leave my house, I ran out with the actual Xbox and said, here's your... dude, that's not your gift. This is your gift. Well, when he told me the story, he goes, do you remember that day? And I was like, yeah, man, it was funny. He goes, not to me. To me, it was funny for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. That shit was funny. And then every second after that, all I kept thinking was, what kind of a friend am I that he would give this shit to and humiliate me like this in front of his family and people that are here for Christmas by... this is what I'm worth to you. This is who I am to you. Like, dude, some shit that I'm like, wait, what? Wait,
was this person
what?
a comic also? Okay.
No.
Okay.
A really good friend of mine.
Okay.
My agent. My agent, who's not only one of my best friends in the world, I'm his first client. And he had harbored this for 20 years, bro. He goes, dude, you're a dick sometimes when you don't know you're a dick. And I was like, what? Wait. I'd done enough therapy at that time that I didn't get defensive, and I just went, what are you talking about? And when he told me his perspective on it, at that moment, I guess I was just in a space where I was open to hear what he had to say. And it was literally, I can't believe I caused you that kind of pain. It wasn't, hey, wait a minute. Come on.
Yeah.
There was nothing. There was no defensiveness on my behalf. There was no part of me that went, wait, you should have, come on. You know, I gave you the thing at the end. Get over it. Like, it wasn't any of that. I had to take, going back to what I was saying, full responsibility for what I had done in order to really deal with the healing process of moving on. And so then, bro, it was calling people, some people that I don't like, some people that I did not want to talk to, bro. Like people that it was cringe. I was cringing having to call these people and ask, did I ever do anything to you that really hurt your feelings? And bro, it was just like hitting a piñata, bro. Like hitting that donkey piñata right in the gut where you hit it so hard that the gut just falls and the candy just... Like that, bro. So many people. Yeah. One time, stories like this. Yeah, one time I was sitting down and I had just gotten off stage and you were about to go on stage and you made a gesture like you were going to beat the shit out of me. And then you went on stage and killed it. And now I realize you were trying to belittle me. And I'm like, first of all, I'm not a physical person like that.
Yeah.
I don't lean in like I'm going to hit anybody. So whatever you think you saw, that's not what it was at all. I might have been leaning in to say hello or something like that. And me going on stage, it's not personal. I'm the kind of guy that if I'm at the Comedy Store and Jesus Christ came down from heaven in his chanclas and his hippie look and he went on stage and did a set, I'm the one comedian that's going to be standing right next to the manager. Back in the day, it would have been Mincy Shore. And I would have been going, Mincy, I want to follow Jesus. I want to follow Jesus. I'm that guy.
Yeah.
I'm that guy. I'm the guy. And I had to deal with stuff like this. You went on before me at the Comedy Store, at the Improv, whatever, and you did this joke where you swallowed the mic. And I know you just did that to one-up me at that moment. And it's like, no, I did not do that. I did that because that's a great fucking joke, and I want to kill.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who's going on before or after me. But I had to deal with me and what I do and how it affects people. And, dude, that's why now, dude, here's an example. It's affected the way I operate as a human being. Kaylin goes, I'm going to go to the Comedy Store because somebody that my dad knows works at the Comedy Store. My name is up there, bro. I can park in the back and go in. That's still my home.
Yeah.
But I was like, go and be there. Because if I go there, they're going to ask me to go on stage. And if I go on stage, I'm going to be thinking, oh, man, do I blow the roof off this place? And if I do that, how are they going to take it? Are they going to think Carlos came in and did a great set and he was funny?
Yeah.
Or are they going to go, oh, this is the shit everybody talks about. He's coming over here trying to one-up us and shit, trying to make us look bad, trying to make us whatever. And I'm just like, you know what? I just won't put myself in that position.
Yeah.
But in doing so, I suffer too because I didn't get to go up on stage and do that thing, which would have made me feel great going to the Comedy Store and doing a set and killing it for 15, 20 minutes and getting a standing ovation or just even hearing how excited people are. Oh, we got a surprise popping, Carlos Mencia. I don't know how they would react.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'd be like, oh, Carlos, or like, oh, shit, Carlos. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I know that, oh, shit, Carlos is going to hit my ego. It's going to make me feel good.
Yeah.
It's going to make me go, hey, man, haven't lost all of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's get it. But I had to see myself in this light that just was painful, dude. Painful calling people that I don't respect. But I just felt like, let me see. And when that person said, yeah, you did this one time, I listened and I apologized and I said, I'm sorry. But it does affect me now, bro, because now I just don't put myself in those positions. This is why I normally just don't do shows outside of me, you know, and if I go to clubs and they're like, you want to go on? I'll say, maybe I'll go on last. You know, I was somewhere the other day and they were like, hey, you want to go on before the headliner? Fuck no! Fuck no! Hell no! And they were like, it's okay. No. They're saying it's okay because they want to work here. Because they don't want you to not bring them back. So when you said, hey, Carlos is here, do you mind? Of course they said no. This is how I built enemies before.
Yeah.
Because I had no idea before. Before I was like, Oh, he said it's okay? Sure.
Yeah.
I didn't see past the, wait. Who is this? How long have they been doing stand-up? This is their first headliner gig? Huh. So of course they said yes. That guy could have said, you got to do a donkey show. And that headline would have said, whatever you need, sir.
Yeah.
Whatever you need to perform here at the Comedy Zone, the Funny Bone, the Improv, the whatever that thing is, want to come back. Now, I'm fully aware of those moments because of all the shit that I went through and because I had to take responsibility. So I had to deal with that by looking at myself and seeing myself. And here's the shitty part, bro. I loved who I was. I did, bro. I fucking loved Carlos Mencia back in the day because he didn't hurt anybody's feelings on purpose. He didn't do mean things on purpose. He was a guy that wanted to be the funniest human being he could possibly be every day, every night, every time he stepped on that stage. And there was nothing negative about it, no ill will, no about anybody else. You know, if Martin Lawrence showed up when Martin Lawrence had Martin and he went on and I went on after him, it wasn't personal to him. I just wanted to see, could I get bigger laughs than that guy who is the shit? You know what I mean? Yeah. Can I get a standing ovation after that guy? Can I perform after that guy? Can I imprint myself on these people? Because they're going to leave telling everybody, oh my God, we saw Martin Lawrence. We saw Richard Pryor. We saw insert name. But can I go on after that guy? And have them go, and we saw this funny ass dude named Carlos. Like, can I do that too? I love that guy, bro. He didn't see anybody's pain. He took every opportunity imaginable. Now, I love who I am, but I didn't go to the Comedy Store. I didn't go on stage. I didn't get to feel that joy that I would have felt had I done it. And all because of everything that I've been through that I know, look, I'd rather just not put myself in that position. And look, I know that I get judged differently, right? I know for a fact that if Dave Chappelle were to go to the Comedy Store at 12 o'clock and stay on stage till 4 o'clock in the morning, all those comedians are going to say, oh my God, you're not going to believe what happened. Most amazing shit, incredible, awesome, unbelievable, blah, blah, blah. We know that if I did the exact same thing.
I don't know if I agree with that, and I'll tell you why. Because I remember coming up and going to the Improv in Hollywood or the Store or the Laugh Factory. I've been bumped by all of them, by Chappelle, by Chris Rock, and obviously they were upper echelon names.
Right.
And I drove 2 hours to get to this to do 7 minutes, and I got bumped.
Right.
So yeah, the first time is great. Holy shit, I saw Chappelle. Holy shit, I saw Rock. The second or third time, it starts getting on your fucking nerves. Like so I don't want you to think.
Maybe you're right, but that's not what happened. That's not what I see in social media.
Yeah, because I'm speaking from the opposite side of the up and coming.
100%.
I've been bumped by you before.
Yeah, 100%. But what I'm saying is, I guess if those people are going through what you are going through, they don't say it on stage. I mean, they don't say it on social media. Social media isn't filled with, Chappelle came in and did a long time, and he's an asshole. Yeah. It's filled with, it was incredible, it was amazing, it was awesome. The social media is filled with, Carlos Mencia bumped me, he went on long, blah, blah, blah. Like, so, yes, I'm not saying that your story doesn't exist or that but I don't see that, right? And again, in order to really move on, in order to really deal, in order to really have it affect me, I can't think like that, right? Yeah. I have to go, it doesn't matter. Who do I want to be? How do I want to be seen? I don't get to tell people how to see me. I don't get to tell people, hey, love my comedy the way you love other comedies. It just doesn't work that way. Yeah. The world sees you as they see you. Doesn't matter what you do. But that's why I loved Carlos back in the day. because he loved himself and he was funny and he just did his job. And that was it. I love that he had blinders on to the stupidity around him. I love that guy just, I'm in a race, baby. I'm in a race. I don't want to see any other horses. I don't care. Yeah. I'm going to win this race. I'm going to win this race. Blinders.
My line.
Blinders.
I'm just in this line, and I'm just taking this line.
Right. Now, bro, I'm like that horse dude that has the 2 rear view little glasses on the side to see the side. I got the thing so I can look sideways. I got little binoculars to look forward. I got a person in the back and looking backwards so I can see all 360 so that I don't hurt anybody, so that I'm not aware. And I do love the awareness of it. I do love, being who I am. I do love comedians, saying things like, man, you are the nicest person we've ever met. Like, of all the comedians that come here, you're so cool. We love having you here. Yeah, I love that too. But I'm going to be honest with you. I miss Carlos. And sadly, I'm really having a moment right now where I'm realizing that that's how I dealt with it. That's how today, at this moment, I can be somewhat normal because I addressed those issues and I changed and I adapted to my surrounding world as a caring human being. But it sucks that I can't be myself without it hurting other people. It sucks to know that if I just behaved the way I wanted to without any filters, without any part of me going, whoa, that's going to affect these people this way or that way. Whoa, you have to look at this person and ask them 3 questions before they walk out of the green room so they feel special, even though that's my time. This is my room right now. I'm about to go on stage. Yeah. Why are you fucking coming in here interrupting, putting shit in my head? That kind of a thing. I have to do that. And it sucks that I kind of had to bury a part of who I am in order to adjust for other people so that they don't feel hurt and offended.
Well, our good friend, I don't remember I talked about this on the podcast, but our good friend Brett Ernst, I had a great conversation with him once. And he made a lot of sense in the sense where it's like, stand-up comics can only be friends with stand-up comics, nothing else. And he was giving me an example of when he was married and him and his wife went on a double date with another couple. And he's like, so Gabe, I cracked a joke and I got a chuckle. Oh, you like that? Well, you're really going to like this racist joke I'm going to throw at you. And the drive home was just miserable because my wife was just berating me because you went way too far. You did this. And he's like, okay, I can't be around people. Fuck people. I can only be around my comic friends, and if I see people, it's just when I'm holding a microphone, and that's fucking it. And I felt there was a lot of truth to that. Our life is, if we're around people that aren't comics, we have to hold back. Why? Because we're always testing a limit, the limits, wherever we are. We always, whether we're lucky enough to get paid for what we do, but we still do what we do for free.
Right.
We still want to make, at the end of the day, we want to make everybody smile. We want to leave everybody with a good impression. We want them to feel better because we were at the dinner table with them right now, or we met strangers, at a restaurant, or whatever the case is. We are in a position where we just want to leave some sort of positive mark on everybody's brain.
Right.
And this old Carlos you speak of, I talk to this old Carlos every fucking day. I don't know a different Carlos. Why? Because as a comic, there are no boundaries.
Right.
And I think you're stuck in this because you're missing a person that you think doesn't exist, yet I'm looking at him right now.
Oh, he exists. He just doesn't get to exercise that part of who he is. Yeah. I mean, the thoughts and all of that are still there. I just don't exercise it. But here's the thing about me. I am not the kind of comedian, like, and a lot of people don't believe this until they see this. But when people go, man, you're funny, I go, well, no, in real life, my brother Albert is funny. I'm really good on stage.
Yeah.
But I'm not funny. He's funny. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then one day we'll end up on a golf course. And at the end of it, they're going, God damn, your brother's funny. I go, yeah. But if you put a microphone in front of him, he'll eat a giant dick.
Yeah.
Put a microphone in front of me, and I'm a completely different person. So, no, I get what you're saying in the sense that comedians need to be comedians. I don't have to be funny off stage. Look at this podcast as an example. This podcast is very indicative of the kind of person that I am today, right? We can get a laugh. We might not get a laugh.
Yeah.
We might literally do an entire hour or whatever of something that has no jokes in it, nothing funny, nothing comedic, doesn't go there, completely serious in tone. And I'm okay with that, right? Because I'm okay with I'm not on stage right now. This is a podcast. This is not Carlos Mencia on stage, right? That's a completely different person. And once I get to that person, yeah, I am that guy. What I am not is, I don't tell jokes to comedians anymore. Like you know what? Like the stuff that you say when we're switching and you bring me up, I don't say that shit to other comedians. Because I've heard stories where they're like, oh, here's one of the stories. Hey bro, it's Mencia. Did I ever do anything to you that really hurt your feelings? Yeah, I've been harboring this for a long time. Okay, like what happened? Well, I got off stage and it was the first standing ovation I've ever gotten in my life. Okay, and you were my hero. Okay. And at that moment, my head is like, oh,
some bullshit's coming.
Well, it's not that. It's that the minute you tell me, right, like, let's say you're my friend, and you're a good friend, but you're a friend. And then you start crying and you go, I see you as a father. I'm like, oh, fuck. Because what that does is it magnifies everything.
Whatever you did to them.
To this whole nother level, right? It's not just, well, if it was my friend, it's now emotionally they're like, and my father, I'm not your fucking father, dude. So I'm just like, oh God, what the fuck is coming now? And then they were like, and I looked up to you and you were my mentor and you were not my mentor, but you were like the guy that I wanted to be like. And I'm walking off stage and I'm feeling amazing. I look at you and you said, one day you're actually really going to be funny. And, dude, I was like, I can't, oh, man.
I was like, my perspective is like, fuck that guy.
Of course.
His self-esteem is that low that little line is taking away the joy of my first ever standing O.
Yes.
This is my receipt.
Yes.
Not Carlos Mencia whispering to me.
100%. 100%.
And just so you guys know, between sets, like when I bring Carlos...
And what you're saying, by the way, is real. Yeah. I'm not negating it.
And it pisses... Well, first of all, it says a lot about you and the notoriety you've achieved in life because these comics hold you to such a high esteem.
But they never told me that.
And I get that. But
that's what sucks.
They don't tell you until you break their fucking hearts, and you don't know that you broke their hearts.
Exactly.
So this is not your fault.
No. But getting back to what we were originally talking about, right? That's all of this ties into that. How do you get truly over, right? Traumatic moments in your life, especially when you hurt other people and you didn't mean to, right? Driven by this girl who pushed the pedal, thought it was a brake, hit the accelerator, and a child was caught in between her and the car in front of her. I can't think the way you do. I can process it sometimes that way, but I really can't completely go to that place because then it abdicates my responsibility, right? It starts taking away my part in this. It starts me going, wait, come on, bro. You got a standing ovation. Who gives a shit what I said?
Yeah.
You have to know that was real. That was 100% real. What I said was not real.
A joke.
It was a joke. It was even if I meant it, by the way, even if I meant it, you got a standing ovation. That was real. Those people literally did that. I feel that. That being said, in order for me to heal, in order for me to be okay with myself, in order for me to adjust when necessary. Now, don't get me wrong, bro. I'm sure I'm gonna pop into the Comedy Store one day, and then on that day, I'm gonna do it. There's a reason I didn't go. It wasn't because I'm not, it was because I'm not capable of going to the Comedy Store and not whipping out my comedy dick.
Yeah.
I'm just not.
Nor should you be.
I'm not, bro.
Your name is on that wall for a reason.
I can't.
Nor should you.
I cannot, bro. I literally can't. If I go there and they say, and especially if I'm watching people kind of, be mediocre or be okay but not kill. Oh, dude, I'm going to be in the back like, you know what I mean? Like a fighter, dude, just going, let me. Yeah. And here's the thing. Nothing to do with comedians. My brain is literally going, let me show this audience their potential.
Yeah.
Right? Literally, let me show this audience how hard they can laugh. And dude, you could see me. You could see right now my physical change in how I'm approaching this. That dude, you're right, is not gone. He's not dead.
Oh.
He exists. But there's another guy inside of me now that goes, hey, bro.
He's got his little cup of tea.
Yeah. He's Peter Griffin in that one episode where he's like, welcome to the... What was the name of the podcast? What was it, guys?
I don't know.
He's got a little more cup up. Yeah, we're here today.
The Suck on the Tailpipe podcast.
Yeah. Just that guy. That guy is able to look at, right? Ned is now able to look at Carlos and go,
has a cup of tea.
Hey, Carlos, is it really worth it? Is it really worth you going on stage and angering or pissing off some young comedians that are going to go on social media and just say negative things about you and berate you? Or do you just want to stay home with your kids, smoke a little cigar and enjoy yourself? What do you think? Yeah, I'll just stay home. Yeah, that's good. That dude is inside of me, bro, because I know I am not capable. I am not. I don't know how to turn that off. I don't know how to go on stage and be okay. I don't.
There is a quality that I've always believed that I only seen in you and Ralphie May, where you guys can be in a room with no intention of going up on stage. And as you see these comics, no matter how great they are, there is something that switches in your fucking head that you need to prove you're fucking big dog.
Yeah.
And that is something that I admire. That is something I love. That is something I emulate.
Yeah. That's it. It's and it's selfish and it's not selfless at all. It is driven by something. It could be ego. It could be your id. I don't know.
Yeah.
What I do know is that for me, it's not about the comedians. That's the one thing. It is never about them. It is literally, here's when I get really triggered. If I'm at a club, right, and it's a showcase club where there's 12 comedians or whatever, and let's just do a decibel, right? Let's say that 10 is the highest decibel. And people are getting 3s and 4s, hitting 5s and 6, hitting 3s, 4, 5, 6. And then one person does one fucking killer joke. And you see that, boom, that 10 spike. And then I hear that, right? To me, dude, it's like a tuning fork. right? It's like, bing, in my head, and my whole body goes, oh, there's their max. They got it. And then that laugh goes back down to a 3 to a 6 again, and it never goes. Every second after that, bro, I start nails just start going in, right? Because I'm like, guys, we know what their max is. Make her scream. Do her right. Bang this chick the way she should be banged. We know already what her reaction is. And they're not getting it. And then there just comes a place where I Hulk out. And I just go, gotta go on.
Yeah.
Gotta show these people. You guys gotta know what it's like to laugh. You guys gotta know what it's like to feel that laughter. To feel you guys just to the point where in the recording of that night, I'm gonna hear at least one person go, oh my God, I'm hurting. Please, just stop.
Yeah.
Stop. Last night, that happened last night. Last night, I heard people on the left go, oh my God, please, it hurts. Just stop. And last night, for me, I know nobody knows this. I know nobody can tell. And I was not good last night. I was not 100% Carlos Mencia great. I know that. Now, the audience has no idea. None whatsoever. None. As a matter of fact, when I got off stage, I was like, ugh. And one of the workers was like, man, amazing. But best set I've seen, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, well, it wasn't. But it's my job that when I'm not feeling it, when I'm not into it, when I'm not really there to do every possible little thing that I've ever learned and put it in that set so that when people leave, they have no clue whatsoever that I was at a deficit, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole point. But you're talking about is right, dude. I cringe, bro, the minute I hear that big laugh. And then, now, if they get a big laugh and they keep getting that big laugh and then they kill it, today, I don't want to go on after that. Because then it's like, okay, now I am just trying to show you up.
Yeah.
Now it's about you, the comedian, who went up and got a standing ovation.
And not the crowd.
And not the crowd. Exactly. And there, nope, don't want to do it. Not in the same space. But when that one big laugh hits, and then it doesn't, like the ball doesn't stay up in the air and it comes back down, oh, bro, I cringe, bro. I just cringe. And I want to go on that stage and I want to show these people what they are capable of. But it can be construed as something bad, as you said. I think it's a positive thing. I think it's a good thing.
It's all fucking perspective. And if these young emotional fucks just would get over their fucking selves, because that's really... So give you guys an example. Like Carlos and I do a 2-man show. So when I open up the show and I bring Carlos up, I try to whisper something in his ear that either offends him, makes him laugh, just something as basic like where I feel I just crushed this room. I'm like, good luck following this motherfucker, or stuff like that. Or I'm like, okay, yeah, there. And sometimes he asks, how's the crowd? And sometimes I feel like, okay, you'll pick him up because with my time, I didn't get him as hard as I wanted to. Or like last night.
Yeah.
Last night was just like, wow, this crowd is on fire.
Yeah, yeah. And 2 weeks ago, as you were stepping off, you said this is the worst crowd we've had.
Yeah.
Since we've been doing this residency.
Yeah.
And interestingly enough, first words out of my mouth were, by the way, he just told me that you guys are mediocre and you were not great.
Really appreciated that, by the way.
No. But I wanted them to know that because here's the beauty of it, right? The beauty of it is I let them know that. So now, psychologically, they went, oh, shit, wait, we're not having fun. What's wrong? So then it makes it easier for me to get them in that space. But the beauty of it is that by the time the show was over, that crowd was so good.
Oh, yeah.
That when I brought you back on stage at the end of the show, you said something, they laughed, and you literally went, oh, shit.
Where the fuck was his crowd? I remember. Where the fuck was his crowd when I was up?
But here's the thing. This is how you're reacting now. The way you reacted then, you might have had those emotions, but your literal reaction was, oh, this was not the crowd I performed for in the beginning of the room. Like, you were literally blown away. Like, wait a minute, what the fuck just happened? You guys were not. And then you started getting into like, well, where the fuck were you guys when I was up here? And then you took it to that place. But yeah, communicating and all that in that respect is good. You just have to, there's a space of personal responsibility that you have to be in order to get over stuff like that, in order to get over, a mistake with my kid. You know what I mean? As a parent doing something that I thought, man, fuck, you know what I mean? Like, I wish I would have done this or done that or said this or said that in a moment where you know that it's affecting them. I'm able to put things in perspective pretty quickly, right? I grew up, I don't think about this stuff all the time because when I do it, it's like you said, bro, there's nothing you can do to forget. But, holding somebody, after some crazy shit happened in Honduras and watching them die, you can't get over shit like that.
No.
You just can't.
And nor should you. It's kind of like, chances are being a father is probably the greatest thing that you've ever done. But there was a point in your life where there was the last day of your life that you weren't a father, and now you're a father for the rest of your life. So that's just something that you carry with you. That's obviously that's more in a positive perspective, but there's a before the accident and an after the accident. There's a before and an after. There's the marriage, there's the divorce. I was that, I'm not that anymore.
Right. Yeah, no, you're right. And you have to deal with that. And that's
It's just everybody has baggage, and that backpack, that luggage, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And it's just life. That's all it fucking is. It's life. And we just have to trudge on through.
Yeah, I guess for me it's, look, I told my son the other day, I was having this conversation with him, because we've been reading a lot of books about self-help, I guess you would call them, but, the theory of not giving a fuck, or the let it go, theory, or these are books, you know what I mean? The Atomic Habits, Atomic Habits and stuff like that. And I said to Lucas, I go, the way I look at it, all these books are very complex ways of the Serenity Prayer, right? Yeah. They're all literally trying to get to those three things, right? The serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the strength to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I think the hardest part of that is that serenity part. To accept, you know what I mean? That which happened, you know what I mean? That moment that happened, I did see that I did see more than one death. I was there, I did feel those things that really happened. I did also hurt these comedians, whether it was them, whether it was on them, they were too sensitive, blah, 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 blah. That's fine. I still did that. That was still my voice, my actions, my behavior that affected that. And so it's accepting that I can reveal Carlos, real Carlos, to very few people, because very few people can truly understand me as a person. You're one of those, but you also know I don't surround myself with a lot of people.
Yeah.
I don't surround myself. I don't have a mob. I don't have a bunch of people. I don't have a posse. I can't. It's not that I don't even trust them. That's not even it. It's that I cannot be myself 100% around them.
Yeah.
Because I know that moment might happen. They won't say shit. It'll be quiet.
And then 20 years later,
5, 10, a year, a month, whatever it'll be. And he said this and he did that. And I had just, and I was like, ugh. So I do like, dude, that's why I love smoking cigars with the crew that we smoke with, because we're just ourselves.
Yeah.
We go from chicks to comedy to movies to food to just, it's whatever happens in that moment. It's just an open conversation between friends that accept themselves, and none of us are normal. We all got fucked up stories. One of them met his wife when he was fucking 5. The other one, has lost 1 billion pounds.
Yeah.
You're fucked up. I'm fucked up. And we just get together and just, you know what I mean? Then Albert shows up sometimes, my brother. Well, he's done it once, but, he's part of the conversation, and he's, he's had his issues with whatever, deals with, like, we're not normal people, and it's okay, and we have foibles, and we're negative, and we're beautiful, and we're positive, and we're dark, and we're light, but we're allowed to be ourselves in those moments. I don't have a lot of that in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Go ahead.
when people ask me, like, when you're not on the road and when you're not doing shows, just like, do you just go out and hang out? Do you go to clubs, whether comedy clubs or nightclubs, because you live in Vegas? Like, you know what I fucking do? I sit on my fucking couch and I flip through channels, because sometimes people suck and I just don't want to be around them, because there's people that just want to take up your time for no fucking reason.
But not just that. I think that this ties into something that you said in another podcast, and I really, really, really took it to heart, and it very much affected me, was we're givers, right? Like, that's bottom line. Like, you can say, Carlos, you love what you do, you love the attention, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying you're wrong. But, and even based on this conversation, it is driven by me wanting to make other people happy, right? Does my ego get involved? Okay. But it is driven by, you're getting 5 and 4 and 6 laughs, and then you hit a 10. And I know that I can hit that 10 over and over and over and over to make that crowd the happiest they could be. It's about that crowd. It's about making them happy. It's about their joy. It's about their face. It's about the comments. I think that part of our dilemma is that we give and give and give and give and give, right? We go out, hey, you're a comedian. I don't know you. Tell me one of your jokes. Be funny. Hey, you're a comedian and I know you. Oh my God, what was this like? What was that like? Oh my God, you're a celebrity and you're a comedian. Blah, blah, blah. It's just take and take and take.
Hard. And by the way, when I say people suck, please don't take that personal. Whoever is listening to this, like, oh my God, I'm never coming to his shows.
Yeah, there's a cutter right now.
My God, I'm like,
he said that I suck. I have to feel.
Because I'm people. No, shut the fuck up with that bullshit. No. What pisses me off, and the example that comes to mind is if a lady is at a bar by herself and a guy buys her to drink, and she has to put up with that conversation no matter how annoying or boring or just monotonous that guy is. As entertainers, we're a magnet for that. It just seems like we're a magnet. I need to tell you this story of when I had 5 years ago, and I've always wanted to do stand-up, and I want to do this, and I thought about this, and what do you think? And I read this joke in Maxim, and